Part 35. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 342. Countless chess-playing holy lights suddenly fell from the nine heavens and suppressed them in the direction of the G family. This is a chess-killing formation, coming from a great saint-level figure, and its energy is extremely terrifying. Countless ancient tribes around him hurriedly got out of the way. Because this energy is so terrifying and contains countless murderous intentions. Even a saint-level figure will only die if he encounters it. Dare you? Ji Tinpan's white hair was dancing wildly. At this moment, he was like an angry lion, holding a divine sword and suddenly unsheathing it. Draw your sword and cut through the chess formation. The sword energy spreads across Xuanhuan. Like a terrifying chessboard falling, it quickly enveloped the area where everyone in the G family was. Boom! The sword energy and the chess formation collided with each other. In an instant, the ground for 100,000 miles shook violently, and the smoke and dust stirred up like a mad dragon. Ji Tinpan held the divine sword, but did not smash the chess formation. In an instant, everyone in the G family was trapped by the chess formation. It's not that this sword is not strong enough, but that Ji Tinpan is just a Saint King and is far from being able to exert the power of Ji Xuanhuan's Saint King sword. Ji Tinpan was furious and went all out with his sword energy, but it only formed a sword field with a radius of 100 meters, protecting everyone in the Ji family. Seeing this scene, everyone was shocked. Qian Tian Chess Saint, I'm afraid his cultivation has advanced further. Even Ji Xuanhuan's sword can't compete with it. In the last life, Xuanhuan's great holy chess was missed by Ji Xuanhuan. In this life, no one will be able to stop him from achieving enlightenment. Everyone was talking. Jin Lan, the Saint Lord of the Golden Winged Dapen clan, and others all looked extremely solemn at this moment, looking at the old man in the sky with fear in their eyes. Qian Tian Chess Saint, I'm afraid he has achieved the status of a great saint. Jin Lan's face was gloomy. The great sage, there aren't many left in this world. Jin Feng also looked heavy. This time, the celestial race has big plans. The eyes of the other ancient saints from the Green Scale clan, the Golden Sheep clan, the Celestial Elephant clan, and other tribes are also filled with awe at this moment. Haha, Ji Tinpan, even if Ji Xuanhuan personally wields this sword, he cannot be the opponent of the great sage Qian Tian, let alone you, a mere sage. Tian Haowen smiled coldly, extremely proud. Behind him, among the 500 human geniuses, Ao Wushuan looked at the scene and his heart almost broke. Damn, what's going on? It doesn't matter whether the G family is different or not, the key point is that the chess formation of great sage Qian Tian still envelops those few people. Those people are really evil. He wanted to know if the Celestials were crazy. At this moment, he was afraid, really afraid. He didn't care about that much anymore and stepped forward, looking at Tian Ziming, the genius of the celestial race, and said, Mr. Young Master, well, can I withdraw now? He spoke weakly. Even if it is an imperial level thigh like the celestial clan, he doesn't want to hug it. When Tian Ziming heard this, he frowned and said coldly, Quit. Ao Wushuan said with some fear. Sir, I think this place is not suitable for me. However, Tianzi gave a cold shout and said, Don't even think about it. Do you think that you, the celestial race, can come and leave whenever you want? What kind of human race are you today? Want to escape before the battle? You will only die. There was murderous intent in his eyes. You must know that these 500 people are requested by the great sage Qian Tian, and they are very useful in breaking the Sanzheng chess formation. How can we let them go? Moreover, among the 500 people, although Ao Wushuan is a little older, his talent is astonishing. Even among the Celestials, few people can match him. It's too important to let go. Hearing this, Xuanhuan became anxious on the spot. He gritted his teeth and had no choice but to tell the truth and said, "Young master, just let me go. To be honest, I'm not just doing it for myself, but also for your own good." "Shut up." Tian's Haiming shouted coldly and said, "You want to leave before things are done? If you dare to say another word, I will kill you." Xuanhuan. At this moment, Ji Tinpan of the Ji family was struggling to support an area of 100 meters with the divine sword in his hand. However, the chess formation continues to erode, and I am afraid that before long, they will be exposed to the chess formation and turn into powder. In the sky, the great sage Qiantian was extremely indifferent and said, "It's just a mortal. Everyone, follow me into the primordial mountains." He shouted loudly. The Ji family's sword couldn't stop his killing array at all. In just a moment, the ants in the Ji family turned into powder. Moreover, he felt that the chess formation in Sansheng days was changing rapidly, and the chance was very likely to be born. No delay. Suddenly, everyone was shocked. "That's great. If you follow the great sage Qiantian, you will definitely be able to enter the Sansheng days. Sansheng days is a place with profound blessings. As long as you enter, you will definitely have opportunities. Thanks to the Celestials." All races were excited. Even the two saints of the Golden Winged Daipen clan, Jin Lan and Jin Feng, looked at each other and nodded. Although it is said that the Celestial clan's plot is definitely not small, now the only way to have the greatest certainty is to follow the Qiantian chess saint. This must be Brother Jin Kunshan of the Golden Winged Daipen clan. Please rest assured that our Celestial clan and the Golden Winged Daipen clan have always been on good terms. They are brotherly clans and we will move forward hand in hand to share opportunities. At this time, Tian Ziming stepped forward with a smile and looked at Jin Kantian of the Golden Winged Daipen clan. He is a worldly person, and as the future Holy Son, he will definitely have a good relationship with geniuses from all races. Jin Kantian also said lightly, "Good." Immediately, tens of thousands of people in the field were heading towards the primordial mountains. But among the 500 human geniuses, Xuanhuan was extremely resistant. He really doesn't want to go to this place. "If you dare to escape, I will take your life." However, the indifferent words of God's destiny have sounded. "Damn it, fight." Xuanhuan could only grit his teeth and follow in. Soon, almost everyone here was gone. In the area where everyone in the Ji family is, the sword energy is getting weaker and weaker. It was almost impossible to resist. After all, Ji Tinpan is just a saint. Holy Lord! What to do? Ji Fenjiun and others were all anxious. "Senior brother, can you do it?" Wu Date also looked at Zhang Li. He didn't panic, because he looked at the black dog next to him, and the dog's eyes didn't even glance at the chess formation. Hearing this, Zhang Li smiled slightly and said, "About there." He looked at Ji Tinpan and said, "Senior Ji, follow my instructions later and withdraw your sword." Hearing this, Ji Tinpan was startled. What does this mean? If he withdraws his sword, won't everyone die in the chess formation? There was doubt in his eyes, but he still gritted his teeth and nodded. Zhang Li immediately stepped forward. As he raised his hand, suddenly some lights in this killing formation were changing, and some chess moves seemed to be getting easier. "Withdraw!" Zhang Li shouted loudly. Ji Tinpan suddenly put the divine sword into its sheath. Suddenly, everyone in the Ji family exclaimed, fearing that they would be killed by the chess formation. However, the terrifying killing array did not attack them, but instead rose into the sky. This killing formation is actually attacking the forbidden formation in the sky. Use his spear to attack his shield. Boom! In an instant, a corner of the terrifying chess formation that had been set up by the Great Holy Temple to seal off an area of 100,000 miles was torn apart. Seeing this, Ji Tinpan and others were extremely shocked. Even Ji Xuanhuan's Holy King sword could hardly withstand such a terrifying killing formation. As a result, the young man in front of him was broken in the blink of an eye. Moreover, the ceiling formation on the sky was torn apart. Such chess power can be called terrifying. Ji Tinpan took a deep look at Zhang Li. He was worthy of being a disciple of the Lord of Desolate Heaven. His cultivation was no more than Si Yao, but his chess skills were probably comparable to those of the great sage Qian Tian. Wu Dade was also startled for a moment. He thought just now that this killing formation was too difficult, so Zhang Li had to think about it for so long. Co-author, what people are thinking about is not to break a killing formation, but to use the killing formation to break the terrifying banning formation? He suddenly felt that his situation was too small. Holy Master Ji, this place is dangerous. Please bring 3 of your tribe members to enter with us. Let the rest leave the ceiling formation first. At this moment, Zhang Li also smiled lightly. He observed carefully and vaguely realized that if he wanted to crack the chess formation in the original mountain range, it would be best to involve the 5 elements. Therefore, we need to count 5 people and find 5 people to help us to facilitate the formation of troops. My senior brother Wu Dade, plus 4 from the Ji family, should be enough. Hearing this, Ji Tinpan nodded immediately and said, Changming, King Yu, and Kink, the 3 of you stay. Fenjian, you lead the rest and leave. Immediately inform the clan about this and prepare for a war. Hearing this, Ji Fenjian immediately said, yes. He immediately led the rest of the Ji family and left quickly. Ji Changming, Ji Qingyu, and Ji Kink were also overjoyed. This is Sanzhong days. Being able to enter it is definitely a good thing. Come on, I can't wait any longer. Wu Dade spoke expectantly. Zhang Li smiled slightly, and suddenly, the crisscrossing black and white lines under his feet suddenly appeared. In the sky, part of the forbidden formation left by Qian Tian Chess Saint actually harmonized with him and became his assistants. In an instant, the stars have changed, and time and space are distorted. Everyone felt as if they were in a trance, shrinking to an inch. The next moment, they had appeared at the foot of the original mountain range. The stunning chess light in the original mountain range is just around the corner. Everyone was surprised. Master Zhang Li. Are you taking advantage of the chess formation left by Qian Tian? Ji Tinpan's eyes became more and more shocked. Qian Tian chess sage is a powerful man with unparalleled chess skills. However, now his chess formation has been easily cracked and exploited by a young man. Doesn't this mean that Zhang Li's chess skills may be deeper than Qian Tian's? How can this be? Zhang Li smiled and said, his banning formation is actually just barely adequate. It's considered to be a good one. It's just that there are still a lot of flaws. I'll just take advantage of it. When everyone in the Ji family heard this, their expressions were complicated. If Qian Tian Chess Saint heard this, wouldn't he be so angry? Let's go. Next, we have to face the chess formation in Sanzhong days. With that said, Zhang Li stepped forward. The others followed closely behind. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 343. And at this moment, the other side of the original mountain range, tens of thousands of ancient powerful men are waiting. Qian Tian chess sage is deducing the chess game in the original mountain range. Under his feet, countless chess spirit patterns were displayed. In just half an hour, his chess formation had evolved thousands of times. Finally found. Suddenly, he raised his eyes, looked forward, and said, "Come with me." He immediately landed from the air and walked forward first. The mysterious chess light in the original mountain range has terrifying power. During this time, many powerful and quasi-sage came to investigate and many were killed. But at this moment, There was no movement where he landed. Nothing. It was as if the chess formation did not exist. It's like walking on flat ground. Qian Tian Chess Saint is indeed a strong man with unparalleled chess skills. It's too strong. If we follow him, we will definitely be able to enter the 3 lives days. Walk. Everyone followed. The people from the Celestial race and the Golden Winged Daepan race are leading the way. Among the 500 human geniuses, Xuanhuan was extremely nervous all the way. He kept looking back, and now he found that those people hadn't come over yet, and he couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. The northern immortal territory is evil enough, but the people from the great northern wilderness are even more evil. He comforted himself and said, "It's okay. With the celestial race and the great sage here, I won't be able to die, and I won't." A group of people entered. Stepping onto the original mountain range, countless breaths of the Holy Spirit hit our faces, extremely rich. In the mountains, you can see some super-grade elixirs everywhere, even approaching the holy medicine level. Some cultivators tried to pick it, but they were bombarded by chess formations spread across the entire mountain range, leaving nothing behind. Suddenly, everyone was extremely cautious. "Xiao Xiao, you seem a little unhappy." While walking, Jing Kantian, the quasi-holy son of the Golden Winged Daepan tribe, suddenly looked at Ying Xiao Xiao. Along the way, Ying Xiao Xiao seemed to look back from time to time, looking at something. Nothing. Ying Xiao Xiao concealed a trace of worry in her heart and said, "This should be the only way into the mountain, right?" Hearing this, Tian Ziming next to him immediately smiled and said, "Of course, this chess formation is so terrifying that even figures like Qian Tian Chess Saint need to be careful in their deductions. The rest of them can't even get close to the mountains. If you want to force your way in, you will only die." Ying Xiao Xiao felt slightly relieved. Mainly, the dog and the fat man last time caused a huge psychological shadow on her. Well, everyone in the Ji family should be dead by this time. Tianhaowen, the sage of the celestial race, also sneered and murmured, "When our ancestor emperor comes back to life, those human families that have no hope for the Snow Emperor will all be destroyed." There was a cold light in his eyes. "Everyone, please work harder. In half an hour, after crossing the mountains, we will be able to see days surrounded by mountains. Is this Sansheng days?" At this moment, Wu Dade and his party had crossed the mountain barrier. Among the undulating and towering mountains, at a glance, it turned out to be a vast swamp. The steaming clouds and rosy clouds are full of magical atmosphere. Just breathing makes people feel like their pores are relaxing. It is indeed a blessed place that contains the opportunity to attain enlightenment. Ji Tinpan murmured. In the entire immortal realm, except for the Wild Sky Alliance, small mountain villages and other places in Beihu State, there are probably few places more mysterious than here. Everyone, be careful. The chess formation in the mountains is just an extension of the chess formation here. In this vast swamp, there is a terrifying mother formation and tens of thousands of sub-formations. If you make a mistake, there will be disaster. However, as long as we can find the mother formation and its patterns, there should be no problem. Zhang Li's eyes were burning and he took the lead. Everyone followed closely behind. As Zhang Li walked, the black and white chess paths were evolving under his feet. The ride was peaceful. They say the Sansheng days is very dangerous, but now it seems very ordinary. I don't feel it. The deeper he got, the more Wu Dade looked a little bored. Traveling is so boring. Hearing this, Ji Tinpan had a complicated expression. Others couldn't sense it, but he understood that there were countless terrifying near-death situations along the way. If Zhang Li hadn't led the way, he felt that the Holy Lord would have died in a matter of seconds. This is not an ordinary Sansheng days, it is completely unnatural for Zhang Li. Huh? The pool in front of you is quite interesting. At this time, Zhongli suddenly spoke. There is a 2-meter square pool in front. In the water pool, the water vapor is like mist, exuding a refreshing fragrance, with a Taoist charm. Just approaching it, you can feel a warmth coming. It's like a hot spring. This is the holy spring in Sansheng days. Ji Tinpan suddenly became excited and said. According to records, there are 9 holy springs in the 3 lives days. It is said that if a cultivator can access them, he can live 9 lives. What a great opportunity! His eyes were full of passion. Ji Changming and others were also excited. Wu Dade was also a little curious and said. Holy spring? I don't know how it tastes, let's go over and have a try. Zhongli also nodded and said. This pool of water is guarded by a wonderful chess formation, wait a minute. He stepped forward and formed a seal with his hands. In an instant, divine light flashed, and a chess game appeared. You need to break the chess game to enter the pool. This seems to be a broken Gullian chess game. It's a pity that there is no one left in 100. Zhongli sighed slightly, and with a movement of his hand, white stones fell on the divine light chessboard. On the chessboard, the opponent's black chess piece is held by no one, but it falls automatically at this moment. The game begins. Zhongli was extremely fast, almost without thinking. The 7th move is down. Boom. In an instant, the divine light dissipated. The chess formation was broken. Go, go, go. Wu Dade and others immediately stepped forward and walked to the pool. He took out the kettle and poured a pot of water. Ji Tinpan also said excitedly. Let's also take some back. If we bring this to the clan, it will benefit the family. Ji Changming and others all drew water from the holy spring. Ji Tinpan was even more excited and took a bite. Good water, good water. The power of the holy Dao fills my whole body and makes me feel comfortable. One sip makes me feel, my physical condition is about to improve. For a moment, his body was glowing and being nourished by the holy spring. Changming, King Yu, Kink, why don't you drink? Try it first, there is so much anyway, drink it and leave it to the clansmen. Ji Tinpan looked at Ji Changming and others with some doubts. Because, although Ji Changming and the others fetched water, they all looked at Wu Dade and others silently. It's like waiting. When Wu Dade saw this, he was quite happy and picked up the kettle and took a sip. However, as soon as he entered, he spurted out. He looked at the kettle with doubt on his face and said. Is this a holy spring? Is this thing drinkable? When Zhongli saw this, he was also a little confused and said, Junior brother, can't you? As he spoke, he also picked up a pot of water, took a sip, and immediately frowned, saying. It's turbid and bitter. It's fine for washing clothes and watering flowers. But drinking it for others is really not very authentic. Next to him, Ji Tinpan was stunned when he heard the comments from the 2 brothers. He looked at the kettle in his hand with a look of doubt on his face. Are they drinking from the same pool of water as themselves? This is clearly the supreme holy spring. However, people said, you can't give it to others to drink. Wu Dade turned his head and stuffed the water into the big black dog's mouth and said, Damn dog, do you want to have a taste? Wow, you are so beloved. Do you want to die? The big black dog raised his paw and knocked the kettle over. So arrogant. Don't even dogs drink? At this moment, Ji Tinpan felt like vomiting blood. Even dogs wouldn't drink something, but he actually regarded it as a treasure. How many gulps did he take? It hurts your self-esteem. He suddenly understood why Ji Kink and others were unwilling to drink. This is completely because I feel inferior. I don't want to be insulted in front of me. But the water in this spring is warm, so it's probably good for a bubble bath. At this time, the big black dog suddenly spoke. Upon hearing this, Wu Dade and Zhongli's eyes also lit up. It's true, I haven't been to a hot spring yet. Zhongli also spoke. Not bad, damn dog, what a great idea. Immediately, the two of them started to take off their clothes. Ah! Ji King turned around quickly, not daring to look. Then, Wu Date and Zhongli both entered the pool. Comfortable. Wu Date had a look of enjoyment on his face. Well, it's really good. Zhongli also appreciated it. The steaming hot springs are very comfortable to soak in. Next to him, the big black dog suddenly jumped into the water. What the hell are you doing here, damn dog? Wu Date was immediately shocked and said. You're a dog, why do you take a bath? Wow, shut up. I haven't taken a bath in millions of years, I really miss those holy pools in the underworld. The big black dog sighed with emotion, his eyes closed in enjoyment. When they heard they haven't taken a bath in millions of years, Zhongli and Wu Date's eyes widened. As if fleeing for their lives, they hurriedly escaped from the pool and put on their clothes. I saw that in the pool, the originally clear water turned black at a speed visible to the naked eye. Nah, this damn dog has so much dirt accumulated on it. Wu Date murmured. Millions of years, it's over. I feel like I smell a little bit, junior brother, hurry up, let's go quickly and find a pool to wash in, otherwise I feel like I'll get a skin disease. Zhongli was also a little panicked. And the big black dog, seeing the water in the pool turning black, jumped out of the pool cursing and said. It sucks, it sucks. As for Ji Tinpan and others, looking at this scene, their mentality was about to collapse. Do you want this? The Ji family regards the holy water as a treasure, even if the dogs don't drink it, it's okay. Now it's used as bath water for the dogs, and the dogs dislike it? Ji Tinpan felt that his throat was a little itchy and he wanted to vomit, vomiting wildly. The group continued walking forward. Not long after, we encountered a second waterhole. The aura of the holy way is even stronger. There is also a chess array guarding it. Zhongli played 13 moves this time before the chess game was broken. Which, sir, can you please let us get some water to store first? Ji Tinpan gritted his teeth and spoke. He felt that his self-esteem as a holy king was almost gone. But, for the family. Hold it, hold it. Take whatever you want. Do you bring enough containers? If you don't bring enough, take it home and it won't be enough for one soak. Wu Date is very generous. Ji Tinpan staggered. He wanted to say, I am here to practice, not to take a bath. He took many holy springs bearing the humiliation. Then, Zhongli and Wu Date took action. Damn dog, give us a minute before you come in. Zhongli and Wu Date hurriedly took a shower, and then put on their clothes before the big black dog came in. Then the big black dog plopped and started bathing. However, a pool of holy water turned black in an instant. Millions of years old mud, if you don't soak it in 3 or 5 pools, I'm afraid it won't be clean. Wu Date looked disgusted. Hey, it's indeed a bit too dirty. Zhongli also looked complicated. Next to them, several people from the Ji family closed their eyes, and tears were about to flow out. Close your eyes and tell yourself this is an illusion. Ji Tinpan struggled to build his mind mentally. However, when I thought of the water that I and others were using to drink, being soaked by a dog, my mentality collapsed again. And at this moment, the army of tens of thousands of ancient saints finally crossed the mountain range and arrived in front of Sansheng Days. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 344. Looking at Sansheng Days in front of them, the strong men of all races were all excited at this moment. The journey along the way was thrilling. Because even though there was an incredible figure like Qian Tiankai Sage leading the way, he still lost 3 to 4,000 people. Without him, there are too many people, and the path explored by Qian Tiankai Sage is limited. Some people who can't keep up will be killed. We finally arrived at Sansheng Days. Thanks to Qian Tian Qi Sheng, he took action and we are safe. He is indeed a figure with unparalleled chess skills. It only took us 3 hours before and after. If it wasn't for the chess master to lead the way, we wouldn't have dared to think. Everyone is very excited. Even the Golden Winged Dapen clan's Golden Blue Sage and others nodded. There is nothing wrong with following Qian Tiankai Sage. 3 Lives Days contains countless subformations, which are intricate and complicated. There are no rules at all. Whether you are alive or dead depends on your fate. Qian Tian Chess Sage spoke indifferently, and after speaking, he stepped into the swamp. Everyone hurriedly followed. However, there are too many people, tens of thousands of people, and many of them are too far away from Qian Tiankai Sage. Ah! Help! I don't want to die. Miserable screams sounded one after another. Anyone who cannot keep up with Qian Tiankai Sage will almost die. This place is weird. After taking only a few steps, Qian Tiankai Sheng frowned and thought silently. Half a stick of incense passed before he moved on. People were dying along the way, and all races were afraid and followed Qian Tian closely. The more powerful the ancient tribes, such as the Celestials, the Golden Winged Dapen, the Green Scales, the Golden Sheep, etc., the closer they are to Qian Tian, the smaller their losses will be. Many other ordinary ancient clans and great powers are falling. Huh? What's the smell in front of you? It's very extraordinary. For a moment, the eyes of the saints walking in front were all bright. I saw a pool in front of me. Black pool, steaming. According to legend, there are 9 miraculous holy springs in Sansheng Days. Xuanhuan was a little excited at this moment and said, "Is this one of them?" Jinlan Zhenjun also said expectantly, "It must be so. Only the 9 holy springs can smell so good and make people feel so comfortable." At the same time, everyone looked at Qian Tiankai Sage. Only he can break through the protective chess formation here. Qian Tian Chess Saint took action, and in an instant, the chess formation appeared. The hook link formation isn't easy. Qian Tiankai Sage's eyes were extremely solemn and he said, "Everyone retreats 100 meters." Immediately, everyone hurriedly retreated. Then, he started pointing at the white pieces and started playing chess. The opponent's black pieces keep falling automatically. Boom! Terrifying energy surged into the sky, as if 2 armies were at war, fighting inextricably. If anyone dares to approach, they will be killed. It's too strong. Qian Tiankai Sage is just playing a game of chess, but I feel like I'm witnessing a big battle. It is indeed a big battle. If we lose, I'm afraid we will all suffer. Everyone looked very solemn. Break. Finally, at the 61st move, the chess formation collapsed. Black lost. The chess formation disappeared in an instant. Very good. Everyone came forward excitedly. Senior, it is true that he has taken part in nature and his chess skills are unparalleled. Xuanhuan looked at Qian Tiankai Sage with a flattering expression and said, "This holy spring, Qi Sage, please use it first." The celestial race also relies on Qian Tiankai Sage to get here, so naturally all resources must be taken by Qian Tiankai Sage first. Qian Tiankai Sheng also nodded and walked to the pool without saying anything. He picked up a handful of water and drank it. However, something strange suddenly appeared on his face. "What's wrong, chess master?" Xuanhuan asked nervously, "Is there a problem with the water?" Qian Tiankai Sheng shook his head and said, "There is nothing wrong with the water. It is very sweet and has an extraordinary aura. It is indeed very beneficial to practice, but it has an inexplicable smell. He even felt vaguely disgusted. But this is a holy spring. How could it be disgusting? It must be my own misunderstanding. Right, that is it. Maybe this is what holy water tastes like. After hearing this, everyone was overjoyed. Even the great saint-level figures said that the aura was extraordinary and of great benefit. It would be even more of a blessing for low-level cultivators like them. You guys drink it, the water here won't do much for me. Qian Tianche Saint spoke, and he looked deeper, his eyes burning. As long as he can drink from the holy springs of the 9 pools, it will be a great opportunity for him. Maybe a glimmer of light will open up, allowing him to find the opportunity to become a quasi-emperor. After hearing this, the saints and saints of all races were overjoyed. Brother Jinlan, our 2 clans will take it first. Tianhuan spoke. This holy spring is limited, so naturally the 2 imperial clans must drink to their full before they can be distributed to other clans. Immediately, people from both tribes stepped forward and poured out pots of black water. Delicious, delicious. Tianhuan drank the holy water, and he felt that he was being improved. As expected of holy water, it has an effect on the Holy Lord. Jinlan and Jinfeng were also excited. This kind of opportunity is rare to find. If you miss it this time, you may have to wait hundreds of thousands of years. Tianzi was also drinking heavily, like a whale swallowing, shouting, enjoyable. Jin Kantian next to him also smiled slightly, picked up a pot of water, handed it to Ying Xiaoxiao and said, Xiaoxiao, this water is a treasure, it can help you stabilize your Taoist foundation. Ying Xiaoxiao took the water from Jin Kantian and took a sip with sweetness in her heart, but suddenly she frowned slightly. How? Why do you feel like you have a nasty smell? She glanced at the pool subconsciously, and had a bad feeling in her heart. Drink more Xiaoxiao and don't stop. If you miss it, it will be gone. Jin Kantian urged, and he drank a few big sips himself, feeling too high and too enjoyable. It is indeed holy water, no problem. Ying Xiaoxiao also spoke secretly, because she felt that the effects of this water were extraordinary. She also continued to drink a few big sips, with a trace of water on the corners of her mouth, and her belly was slightly bulging. Most of a pool of water was divided between the celestial race and the golden-winged Dapen race. Only a small part is left, and it is the turn of the Green Scale clan, the Golden Sheep clan, the Celestial Elephant clan, etc. Qingzheng, drink sparingly, don't waste it, every drop must be refined thoroughly. Yu Hongxiao, the ancient sage of the Qinglan tribe, warned his sage Yu Qingzheng. Fifei, don't be greedy for too much. Save some and take them back. You can drink them for a year. The saint of the Tianxiang tribe also looked at the saint Xiang Fifei of the Tianxiang tribe with concern. As for the ordinary races behind them, they can only breathe air into the empty pool. Just keep going. Qian Tiankai sage spoke calmly. They move on. After a long time, we arrived at the second waterhole. Qian Tiankai Sheng also stepped forward to break the game. This time, the killing was even more difficult. It took 72 moves to break the game. The aura of the holy spring here is stronger than the one just now. Contains a more powerful aura of the holy way. Everyone became even more excited. Qian Tianche Saint stepped forward, took 2 big gulps of water, nodded and said, much better than the one just now. However, that weird smell is still very strong. After he finished drinking, the 2 imperial clans came forward as usual. Although they were very full just now, they digested most of it along the way. At this moment, everyone is continuing to drink heavily. Xiao, drink more, it's so good. Jin Kunshan drank it so happily that he handed it to Ying Xiao and asked her to have a few more sips. And at this moment, damn it, millions of years of old mud can't be soaked clean no matter how you soak it. Wu Dade looked at the big black dog in the seventh holy spring with disgust in his eyes. I have soaked in 6 pools, but as soon as the big black dog jumps in, the originally clear holy spring water turns black. The big black dog was a little anxious at this moment and said, "Wow, can you blame me for this? Human pet, come here and give me a rub. It feels like simply taking a bath is of no use. Lao Ni is too stubborn and needs to be bathed." When Wu Dade heard this, his face changed drastically, and he said in horror, "I don't want it." However, when the black dog raised his paw, he was immediately pushed to the side of the big black dog by a huge force. The big black dog bared his teeth and threatened, "You either give me a hair rub, or I make you drink the bath water." I'll rub it, isn't it okay?" Wu Dade was immediately frightened and hurriedly started giving the big black dog a bath. "Ah, damn, this turd is so disgusting." As soon as he started using it, layers of dirt immediately came out. The entire pool of water was darker than before, and there was even flocculent old mud floating in it. "Oh damn dog, you're still losing hair, I can't stand it anymore." Wu Dade wailed and had no choice but to continue bathing. Zhongli turned his head silently. He couldn't bear to look at it. He felt like vomiting after looking at it too much. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 345. Soon, Wu Dade finally rubbed half of the big black dog's body. Looking at his blackened hands, Wu Dade looked sad and angry. "Junior brother, hurry up, find the next pool, I want to wash my hands first," he urged. Several people immediately continued to move forward. Not long after, at the 8th holy spring pool, the 4 members of the Ji family quietly fetched water, then turned around, directly blocking their hearing and vision. "Damn it, I don't listen, I don't look, nothing happens, nothing happens." Ji Tinpan took a few deep breaths, gritted his teeth and murmured, "You can only deceive yourself in this way. Otherwise, the mentality is really too broken. These people from the village are simply indifferent." Wu Dade and Zhongli also took a bath and hurriedly escaped from the pool before the big black dog jumped into the water. Wu Dade sadly continued to give the black dog a bath. "After a lot of effort, I finally finished rubbing it. It's so comfortable, I haven't been this clean in many years." The big black dog's mouth twisted into a grin, smiling with enjoyment. Let's go to the next pool. I finally don't have to be a bather anymore." Wu Dade felt like the serfs had seen the light. They continued to move towards Days. Not long after, a temple suddenly appeared in front of them. That temple stands in the middle of the marsh, emitting thousands of rays of light. It is like the abode of the Supreme God. In front of the magical temple, there is the last water pool, with steaming clouds and rosy clouds, and the Holy Spirit energy turns into water mist, like strange beasts flying in it. The 9th holy spring pool, this pool has a trace of the aura of creation. Ji Tinpan was excited. This pool was of great use to the Holy Lord, the Holy King, etc. It can be called a pool of good fortune. He hurriedly took Ji Changming and a few others to get water. While fetching water, his old eyes were full of heartache. This kind of divine spring, placed outside, can prosper a clan. But now, I have to be bathed again. And being bathed by a dog. Why? He was fierce and used great magic, and the entire pool was suddenly covered by a layer of divine light. Out of sight, out of mind. The water quality here is much better. Although you can't drink it yet, it will definitely be more comfortable to take a bath. Zhongli and Wu Dade both bathed in the water. In an instant, countless magical breaths entered every inch of their skin. Zhongli has directly reached the realm of 4 lights perfection, and is only one step away from becoming a Yushu level power. The efficacy of the pond water here ends here. Zhongli shook his head. The divine spring, which was effective even for Saint King level figures, could not make him break through. He stood up and put on his clothes, saying, "This temple should be the center of the entire mother formation, I'll go take a look." He immediately walked towards the temple step by step. There are 99 steps. Each level is shrouded in a magical chess formation. Zhongli slowly stepped forward while playing chess. In the pond, Wu Dade was so comfortable that he howled at the moment. Ah, it feels so good. Wu Dade felt numb all over his body. This kind of breath actually made his body move further. Especially on his butt, he felt like he had absorbed countless amounts, and his flesh and bones were growing again, making him even more invincible. This itching feeling made Wu Dade anxious. He hurriedly looked towards the shore and said, "Dead dog, come on, come on." The big black dog also jumped directly into the pool, taking a bath and raising its paws to scratch Wu Dade's itch. Ah, comfortable. Wu Dade's voice is simply enchanting. One person and one dog, enjoy yourself in the pool. Now. By the fifth pool. The chess game between the two sides is inextricable. Even though he was Qiantian chess saint, there was actually a layer of sweat on his face at this moment. Finally, at the 190th move, the game was broken again. At this moment, there were only about 10,000 people left in the field. Because the further you go, the more difficult it becomes. Even Qian Kai Sage has to take detours, retreat, etc. from time to time. If you are not careful, someone will die. After drinking a swig of black water, everyone moved on. Finally, they made it to the seventh pool. I am going to use my true chess skills. Qian Kai Sage shouted, his hair fluttering wildly. The sound of the chessboard actually sounded like a voice shouting to kill Zhen Tian. Ah! Several masters who were close to me were killed by the energy emanating from my chessboard. 230 moves? Break the formation again. Everyone walked to the edge of the pond. Hey, why are there so many floating flocks in the pond this time? It's so black. Yang Xiaoxiao asked with sharp eyes and doubts. A group of people were also a little confused. I understand. The last 3 holy spring pools are extremely extraordinary and have given birth to the crystallization of the holy way. At this time, Jin Lan, the holy king of the Golden Winged Dapen clan, said with excitement on his face. Crystals of the holy path are rare in the world. These flocks, even if they are just a small piece, if they are placed outside, the holy lords will fight for them. Hearing this, everyone suddenly realized. So that's it? Their eyes became even more intense. Even Qiantian chess saint nodded and said. It is indeed a place of creation. He had just broken the formation, but he had spent a lot of money. Now he immediately rushed to the pond, picked up the pond water and drank it. Moistened by the holy water, the aura of great sage Qiantian recovered quickly. Ahem. While the great sage Qiantian was drinking, he started to cough. Great sage, what's wrong? Tianhaowen spoke with concern. Great sage Qiantian. It's nothing, I just feel that the holy water is a little sticky. As he spoke, he couldn't help but reach for his throat because he felt something. Finally, he took it out. All I saw was a thin black hair in my hand. What's this? Suddenly, everyone was even more surprised. What kind of creature is it? It looks extraordinary. It's definitely not an ordinary thing that can be derived from holy water. But, what kind of animal hair does it look like? It shouldn't be, it shouldn't be. Everyone spoke in confusion. Great sage Qiantian also frowned. He brought it to his mouth and sniffed it. A smell rushed up, which was a bit spicy to the eyes. However, he was suddenly overjoyed and said. This thing, is the source of holy water. The magical aura in the holy water comes from this kind of thing. If I'm not wrong, this is most likely formed by the energy of creation, which is very rare. The great sage Qian Tian was overjoyed, and he collected the black hair in a precious place. This is a good thing, you need to keep learning about it. The others were overjoyed when they heard this. People from the two imperial clans stepped forward one after another. Wow, this water is amazing. It's a fluffy crystal of the holy way. Swallowing a wisp of it will make your whole body feel comfortable. The golden and blue sage was overjoyed. It's just that the smell of the magical aura is too strong. Even though we are the bodies of saint kings, we feel like fainting, it's too strong. The Holy Lord Jinfeng also sighed while swallowing. Damn it, drink more. Tian Ziming is also desperate. There is still a lot of water in his stomach, but the water now is so unnatural. If you don't drink it, you will miss a big opportunity. Xiao Xiao, drink quickly, the pot of water I gave you will be filled with crystals of the holy path. Jin Kunshan drank by himself while fetching water for Ying Xiao Xiao. Ying Xiao Xiao smelled the smell, but hurriedly covered her nose. The smell was really too strong. In order to catch up with Qin Tian, in order to enter the imperial clan, she gritted her teeth and swallowed it all. An extremely nauseating feeling came over her, and she suppressed it forcefully, her face flushing. But after swallowing it, the aura of the holy path in the body was indeed crazy. She felt like she was about to break through to the Yasha realm. The benefits are indeed huge. You should also keep these few creations. Jin Kantian greedily fished out a handful of black hair and gave half of it to Ying Xiao Xiao. Ying Xiao Xiao held the black hair, but she felt sick again. Her hands were shaking a little. No way. No, no. Those people in the Ji family, that dog, are all dead. She looked at the great sage Qiantian in front of her, thinking that the great sage Qiantian was so powerful that no one could escape from him. She felt comforted in her heart, and she immediately put away her black hair. This is a creature of creation, well, it must be. At this moment, among the group of human geniuses behind Tian's Himing, Ao Wu's eyes widened. Especially, when I saw Qian Tiankai sage taking out that hair. Cold sweat suddenly broke down on his back. Because others can't recognize this kind of hair, he knows it too well. Once, when he led the demonic cow clan into the great northern wilderness, he even touched this kind of fur with his own hands. This hair is actually in the water. Maybe, that dog. Looking at the group of holy kings, holy sons, etc. scrambling for water, he felt sick to his stomach. The evil door, it's really the evil door that opens the door to the evil door is here. He murmured, looked around, and found that everyone was staring at the pool of water eagerly, and everyone was thirsty. Taking this opportunity, he quietly retreated. Finally, both imperial clans finished drinking. There was basically nothing left in the pool this time. Damn it, no one can compete with me. Yu Qingzheng, will lick it first. Yu Qingzheng, the holy son of the Kinglan tribe, was so anxious that he jumped into the empty pool and licked it wildly. Because there is still some water vapor at the bottom and walls of the pool. There is even some sticky flock stuck to it. If you lick it even a little bit, it's a big opportunity. If you lick it, you will earn it. I'll wipe it, Yu Qingzheng, you don't have martial ethics, leave some for me to lick. The holy son of the golden holy sheep clan was also anxious and scrambled to be the first. When the ancient saint of the Tianxiang clan saw his saint Xiang Fifei hesitating, he immediately became anxious and said, well, Fifei, don't worry about face at this time, go lick it. When Xiang Fifei heard this, she gritted her teeth and rushed in. After a long time, the group of people left, but the stone walls of the entire pool were licked flat, leaving the pool in an extremely miserable state. Then, they arrived at the 8th waterhole. There are also a lot of flocks, with some black creations floating around. Draw lots, Draw lots this time, the one you draw will lick first, and I will kill whoever dares to get away. The eyes of the holy son of the golden holy sheep clan were red. He was a step too late in the previous batch and basically didn't lick anything. Yes, you Qingzhen, you have licked enough of your mother-in-law just now. It's time to back off this time. Draw lots. If you want to grab a lick and don't abide by the rules, we won't hesitate to start a clan war. The ancient saints of all races were also quarreling with each other. Some ancient saints even got angry and even said that they wanted to start a clan war. The two imperial clans will definitely drink up all the water, so they can only compete for the opportunity to lick the water pool. After a fierce argument, they drew lots to decide who would lick first. Haha, I got it, I'm the first, I'm the first. A young genius got the first lottery and was so excited that he danced with joy. Damn, the third lick is okay too. Saint Yang Quanzhen of the Golden Saint Sheep clan also spoke bitterly. Xiang Fifei, the saint of the Celestial Elephant clan, was in tears at this moment. She got the lottery at the back and said aggrievedly while wiping her tears. Can you give girls priority for once? I really want to lick her, oh. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 346. Soon, the eighth pool was licked until there was no mud left. Unrecognizable. The stomachs of the two imperial clansmen are bulging and swollen at the moment. Good stuff. Jinlan Zhenjun was waiting, wiping the water from the corner of his mouth and feeling very happy. After I go back, I must seclusion as soon as possible. After this belly of holy water is refined, I think I can go to the next level. Tianzi was extremely excited, and he felt that his potential had been greatly improved. Xiao Xiao, by refining these holy water, your physique should be comparable to that of the imperial clan. Jin Kantian looked at Yang Xiao Xiao and said with a smile. By then, it won't be long before we get married. Yang Xiao Xiao smiled brightly, but her throat always felt a little itchy and she couldn't help but cough. Let's go to the ninth pool. They set off again. The surrounding chess formations are getting more and more terrifying, and Qian Tian chess masters have to spend a lot of energy. Fortunately, he had drunk enough just now and his spiritual energy was completely sufficient. There's a temple in front of you. At this time, everyone had already seen the huge temple standing in the big swamp. The temple is too tall, so even if the swamp is filled with fog, you can still see the top of the temple. Countless chess lights seem to be emitted from the temple. It is rumored that there is a Sansheng temple in the Sansheng days, which is the source of the Sansheng chess formation. Jinlan Zhenjun spoke in shock. I didn't expect that the rumors turned out to be true. There really is such a temple in Sansheng days, what a great opportunity. Jinfeng Shenjun also murmured. Great, as long as we can enter it, our clan will definitely prosper. Opportunity comes to the world. The saints of the Kinglan tribe were even more overjoyed. 3 living earths, maybe they are in this temple. Tian Haowen's eyes also shot out a ray of light, and he looked at Qian Tiankai sage. As for Qian Tiankai Sheng, his old eyes were also extremely solemn at this moment. The land of opportunity, Ji Xuanhuan must have entered this place in the past. A fiery light flashed in his eyes. There are hundreds of formations in the distance from here to Shenmiao, follow closely. Qian Tian Chess Saint speaks. A magical chessboard seemed to be shrouded around him, and he began to break the formation. Boom! Bang! Countless terrifying fluctuations were heard. All the people following him were shocked, because, like walking through an ancient battlefield, the battle between the chess pieces turned into a thrilling battle. Qian Tian Chess Saint's forehead was also covered with fine sweat. Break! He shouted loudly, and in an instant, the last chess formation in front of the temple was broken. The fog in front of everyone's eyes suddenly dispersed. Great, we can find the 9th holy spring pool. It's hard to imagine how extraordinary this water pool before the magic must be. Not only that, we can also enter the temple, worship the gods, and obtain the blessings of heaven. Everyone was pleasantly surprised. Xiao Xiao, hurry up and refine the holy water in your body. The holy water in this 9th pool must be extremely effective, so drink more. Jing Kantian's face was filled with enthusiasm, and he ordered Ying Xiaoxiao at the same time, fearing that Ying Xiaoxiao wouldn't be able to drink it. Ying Xiaoxiao also nodded, took a deep breath, and stepped up to refine the holy water in her body. Drink the 9 holy springs in a row, and I will break through directly. The destiny of heaven is greatly anticipated. Draw lots quickly. I didn't get a good draw last time, and the holy son of our clan was left with nothing but mud. Damn it, I'll draw a better draw this time. Various ethnic groups also began to fight for it. The ancient saint of the Tianxiang clan, his eyes were red at this moment, and he said fiercely, "Damn it, no matter what this time, it's our celestial clan's saintly daughter who should lick it first. Whoever disagrees will have a clan war." Next to him, Xiangfi Fei, the saint of the celestial elephant clan, was also wiping her tears and sobbing a little. She was so pitiful. Because, when she got to a pool, she could only lick the mud at the bottom of the pool. It was too unpalatable. A clan war is a clan war, no one is afraid of whom. As long as I can get this lick, I will not be afraid of the holy war. The ancient saints of other tribes are also furious. Stop fighting, the fog has cleared, let's go. By this time, the fog had dispersed, and the scene in front of the temple slowly became clear. No. Why is there someone here, Ji clan? The heavy fog dispersed along with the chess formation, and everyone saw the 4 people standing in front. Ji Tinpan, Ji Changming, etc. Hiss. Suddenly, everyone was shocked and gasped. Shouldn't they be dead? Why are they here? Is this an illusion? This is absolutely impossible. The great sage Qination's chess formation did not kill him. They arrived here before us. Do they know any shortcuts? Everyone was talking in an uproar. The great sage Qian Tian stared at Ji Tinpan and others suddenly, his eyes jumped, he was extremely surprised, and was filled with shock and anger. My own chess formation didn't kill these ants? Hey, where is the holy spring pool here? It is blocked by the Ji clan's light curtain. Do they intend to do something wrong to the holy spring? Jinlan Zhenjun's eyes jumped. When everyone heard this, they all looked around. Sure enough, behind Ji Tinpan and others, a layer of light enveloped a pool of water, but they couldn't see the scene clearly. Be brave, this holy spring belongs to us. Want to steal the holy water? Looking for death? Stop, remove your magic power, or you will die. Everyone was angry. In their opinion, Ji Tinpan and others must be using some weird method to steal the holy spring. How could the Ji family interfere with a divine creature that couldn't even take a lick? Totally intolerable. The Ant Princess tribe actually sneaked here, I really underestimated you. Xuanhuan, the holy lord of the celestial clan, stepped forward and said coldly. The holy spring here is not something you can touch. Stop, and at the same time, kneel down and apologize. The top priority is the holy spring. With so many people, they have already drank from the first 8 holy springs, and the 9th one is just missing. There can be no regrets. Go away, the holy spring here belongs to us. Haha, wait until we drink from the holy spring before we kill them. All races drink it cold. When Ji Tinpan and others saw everyone appearing, their expressions changed slightly, but they were not surprised. Because they had long expected that with the great sage Qian Tian here, the other party would probably be able to get here. I just didn't expect it to be so slow. At this moment, Ji Tinpan's face showed a hint of complexity. You want the ninth holy spring here? There seemed to be a trace of uncertainty in his eyes. Nonsense. Who wouldn't want such a treasure? Everyone shouted angrily. Many saints, etc. directly surrounded him and were ready to take action. The Ji family took action against the holy spring and touched their evil scales. Ji Tinpan was silent for a moment, then suddenly gritted his teeth and said, "Okay, if you want it, let me see it." He waved his hand suddenly, and in an instant, the light curtain that blocked the pool disappeared. Suddenly, everyone looked towards the pond. I saw. In that pool, the mist is thick and the clouds are steaming and the clouds are shining. And in the center of the pool, a fat man and a dog, taking a bath. Moreover, the fat man was washing the dog. "Damn dog, you are really dirty. You soaked in 6 holy spring pools in a row to soften your old mud. It took 2 holy spring pools to rub the mud for you, damn it, you still have hair loss." Wu Dade was taking a bath and spoke angrily. There were a lot of black hairs on his hands. He rinsed them with water disgustingly. And that dog, with its eyes wide open and its mouth grinning, seemed to be enjoying it to the extreme. And at this moment, seeing this scene, suddenly, all the imperial clan, saint clan, and other ancient clans, they were all dumbfounded. Completely dumbfounded. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 347. The light curtain was removed. Everyone saw the scene in the 9th holy spring. That person. That dog. The hair that fell into the water. At this moment, everyone was stunned and looked straight at. Suddenly, they were all trembling, stiff, dumbfounded and in disbelief. What is going on? The first 8 holy spring pools, were they bathed by dogs? Those black hairs are not a creature of creation at all, but the hair of this black dog. Those flocks, are not crystals of the holy way, but, the mud rubbed off the dog. Countless people feel, at this moment, the humming sky is falling. No 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 no. Jinlan Zhenjun was trembling, and suddenly felt that he could no longer suppress it, and suddenly felt nauseated. Vomit. He vomited. What the hell, I'm just saying, how can the holy water be so sticky, ah. Ouch. Holy Lord Jinfeng also vomited directly. For a moment, all the people in the venue who had just drank the holy spring water couldn't bear it any longer. They squatted on the ground and began to vomit. God, why are you doing this to me, ugh. Tian Ziming felt that at this moment, his Taoist heart collapsed, completely collapsed, and he was vomiting and crying. The proud son of my generation. One day, I actually drank it, ah. What the hell, do I have any grudge against you? You want to torture me like this? Jin Qintian vomited so much that his stomach turned sour and his eyes turned white. God, why do you punish me like this, ugh, me. Yang Xiaoxiao vomited until she collapsed. She burst into tears and felt like her heart was about to break. Completely broken. Once upon a time, she was eaten by someone in the Kirin Valley. She felt that it was the darkest moment in her life. But now, she was crying humbly and aggrievedly. The holy sons of the Green Scale clan, Golden Sheep clan and other tribes were also vomiting wildly at this moment. In an instant, the whole scene was filled with a stench. Fortunately, we didn't get to drink it. Who the hell can bear this? Not human at all. It's too vicious. Are you trying to completely destroy the Taoist hearts of a group of saints, and saints? Even those who didn't drink the holy water felt nauseated and suppressed it. Me. Even the great sage Xuanhuan was stunned when he saw this scene. His old body started to tremble, and tears filled his old eyes. Ah! Why? Vomit. He vomited. At this moment, he felt that his Taoist heart, which he had cultivated for hundreds of thousands of years, was in chaos and collapsed. The collapse was more serious than when he was defeated by Ji Xuanhuan last year. Ji Tinpan and others from the Ji family looked at the scene with deep sympathy in their eyes. They, actually drank it? Ji King covered her mouth and nose, not daring to look. From today on, even if the holy spring in Sansheng days gushes out again, who will dare to come and drink from it? A dog, ruined the road. Ji Tinpan's eyes were filled with emotion. In the pool, Wu Date also hurriedly put on his clothes, and the big black dog also jumped out of the pool and shook the water from its fur. The place was already in a mess, with turbid water spitting out everywhere. There was even a lot of undigested flocculent old mud in the water spat out by geniuses such as Jing Kunchen, Ying Xiaoxiao, and Tian's Haiming. I can't vomit anymore, I can't vomit anymore. Jinlan Zhenjun stood up with difficulty, holding on to his waist. He felt like he was going to be crippled. My throat is sticky, I want to die. Jinfeng Shenjun burst into tears, clutching his neck and dying. Most people have no choice but to get up after vomiting. They can't vomit anymore. Xiao Xiao, don't vomit. If you continue to vomit, your vitality will be damaged. Jing Kantian stood up and saw Ying Xiao Xiao vomiting so much that bile came out. No. Oh, I want to vomit. Ying Xiao Xiao was so weak from vomiting that she was finally lifted up by Jing Kantian. Tisk, tisk, look at you, how unethical you are. At this time, Wu Date said with a mocking look on his face. What the hell, Jiantian Chess Sage? Look at you, you are such an old person, taking the lead in vomiting everywhere. What is the difference between you and urinating everywhere? He pointed at Jiantian Kaisheng and spoke. Jiantian Chess Master vomited all kinds of meat and fish, and his internal organs felt like they were twisted into knots. When he heard this, he felt even more sad and angry. Unable to suppress it, he suddenly spit out a mouthful of old blood. Puff. He staggered, pointed at Wu Date, and said, Shuzi, Shuzi, I will kill you, and I will make you taste the most painful pain in the world. Wu Date said indifferently. Look at me, my face can't bear the slightest criticism and education. I'm really relying on my old age to show off. As he said that, he turned to look at Ying Xiaoxiao and said. Little vulture, you don't care about your image so much. How could you vomit so much, you don't have a big belly. How much did you drink? Ying Xiaoxiao had already held it back, but when she heard this, her eyes suddenly dropped, and she couldn't help but hold her waist and vomit again. Kill him, kill this fat man, and this dead dog. Tianhuan was filled with grief and anger, his anger was burning, and his eyes were full of hatred. As a generation of holy kings. Actually. Such a shame and humiliation must be killed. Destroy them. I want to make the Ji family irreversible, and I want to make this fat man and this dog never reincarnate. Ah! Go to hell. For a time, all the tribes were extremely angry. They became angry and surrounded and killed Wu Date and others. Many saints, etc. are all taking action with hatred at this moment. They all have the power of annihilation and are terrifying. Even though Wu Date's body training was extremely powerful, he would probably turn into ashes when faced with such an attack. Without a trace, move. At this time, Zhang Li's voice suddenly sounded on the steps in front of the temple. Suddenly, a magical light of chess skills suddenly appeared at the feet of Wu Date and others. They simply disappeared from where they were. The next moment, they appeared next to Zhang Li. Everyone's attacks were in vain at this moment. What happened? Everyone turned their heads and looked in front of the temple. At this moment, Zhang Li and others were already standing on the 47th step. Don't even think about escaping. An old strong man was extremely angry and suddenly rushed away. However, as soon as he touched the edge of the first step, a terrifying chess light was emitted, killing him directly. There's not even a scum left. Seeing this, everyone looked solemn. On this step, every step is a chess game. Qian Tian chess sage spoke, breathing heavily, and said, "You are not allowed to step in casually, even I, must be careful." At the same time, he looked at Zhang Li, with a cold light in his eyes, and said, "Who are you?" He is a great sage of chess. He has been playing for hundreds of thousands of years without ever encountering any opponent. But today, this young man, made him feel a threat. Everyone also looked at Zhang Li. It's this person is proficient in chess. He destroyed Qian Tian Qi Sheng's formation? And he entered San's Hung days earlier than we did, and passed the level earlier. This person's chess skills, could it be said, that he is better than the Qian Tian chess master? Everyone's eyes are in disbelief. Everything that happened before their eyes was clear to them as soon as they thought about it. Zhang Li's existence is the only explanation. However, no one could believe it. Is there a stronger chess player in the world than the great sage Qian Tian? Great sage, hurry up, drink this bottle of holy liquid, and you will regain your strength so that you can lead us into the temple and destroy these beasts. Tianhaowen hurriedly gave Qian Tiankai Holy Land a bottle of jade liquid. But Qian Tiankai Sheng was speechless and said, "Can I still drink it? Get this thing out of the way and give me the elixir. Now when I think about drinking, I feel sick to my stomach." Tianhaowen also hurriedly handed over the elixir. Qian Tiankai took the holy server and recovered quickly. The sages, saints, geniuses, etc. from other races are also swallowing the precious medicine. Because I was really exhausted from vomiting just now? Everyone who drank it was vomited completely, and even the bile and gastric acid were vomited away. After a long time, everyone slowly regained their energy. No matter whose descendant you are, in terms of chess skills, I will be unparalleled in the world. Great sage Qian Tian shouted, immediately stepped forward and began to quickly break the formation. His face was filled with anger, and he no longer held back at this moment and went all out. In front of so many people, as a great saint of a generation, he was actually teased and surpassed by a junior. I can't bear this tone. And Zhang Li was also breaking the formation at this moment. There was a little sweat on Zhang Li's forehead. The higher up the chess game, the more complicated it becomes. Even for him, it takes a lot of effort. Finally, the last chess game was broken. Zhang Li led Wu Dade and others into the temple. As far as I could see, there was nothing in the temple. In the main hall, there is only a huge stone turtle sculpture, and on both sides of the stone turtle, there are 2 stone chairs. The shell of the stone turtle is actually crisscrossed, forming a chessboard of its own. On the chessboard, the black and white pieces are intertwined. It is a game of chess. Stone turtle loses. Sans hung chess formation. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 348. The stone turtle carries the chess game on his back. At this moment, Zhang Li suddenly felt something. Every step forward seems to be stepping into another space and time. His eyes fell on the chess game. Step by step, he finally walked over. As if blessed to the soul, he naturally sat on the chessboard. At this moment, the chess game comes into view. Black and white intertwined, yin and yang crisscrossed, light and dark mixed. It seems to have infinite vitality, and it seems to contain infinite killing intent. I understand, this remaining formation is not perfect, it is just an introduction. The real Sans hung chess formation has yet to evolve. Zhang Li murmured. At this moment, he already understood. The chess game carried by Shigui is not a complete Sanzheng chess formation. And like a key, an introduction, if someone with extraordinary talent sees it, they will be inspired by it, get a glimpse of their own chess way, and evolve their own Sanzheng chess formation. And the chess formation evolved by each person is different. Thinking about it, for a moment, my mind wandered to heaven. Senior brother. Wu Dade was surprised and wanted to step forward, but the big black dog stopped him with his paw. The big black dog said solemnly. Human pet, don't disturb him. The Three Lives chess game, how does it look like the god summoning ritual in the underworld? Only if someone can evolve the Three Lives chess formation will the ritual be considered complete. The big black dog murmured, this is a chess game, it is interesting to attract the world's chess masters to come here, evolve a three-life chess game, and complete the ritual of calling the gods. Suddenly there was curiosity in his dog eyes. When Wu Dade heard this, he also stopped. The air in the field seemed to have fallen into silence. Soon. Outside the main hall, great sage Qian Tian finally came up, his face covered with sweat. When he saw the scene in the hall, he was startled. His old eyes suddenly trembled with excitement. Three Lives chess formation, really Three Lives chess formations. The Qincan chess emperor once said that the divine turtle loses chess and contains the secret of eternity, this is it. This supreme chess game is the source of his becoming the chess emperor. His eyes were burning. He is a descendant of the ancient Qincan chess emperor and knows many secrets. The reason why Qincan chess emperor was able to attain enlightenment was because he had to see the Sanzheng chess formation. Qincan chess emperor, even after he became emperor, he still understood this game of chess throughout his life. When the Qincan chess emperor died, he even passed down a piece of imprint about the Sanzheng chess formation for future generations to understand. Qian Tian chess saint had great talent since he was a child, and he became a chess saint king along the way. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, he was ambitious and decided to find the real Sanzheng chess formation. Because the imprint left by the ancestor emperor is only the shadow of the Three Lives chess formation. Only the real Three Lives chess formation contains great opportunities, allowing him to evolve his own chess style. However, he met Ji Xuanhuan that year and was beheaded by Ji Xuanhuan in front of Sanzheng days. If it weren't for the actions of the celestial race and some unspeakable beings, he would never be able to appear in this world again. For hundreds of thousands of years, he sat in the coffin. He has been repeatedly deducing the imprint left by the ancestor. In this life, he was convinced that he had understood the true secret of the Three Lives chess formation. The Three Life chess formation is prepared for me. He murmured and stepped forward. As if attracted by some strange force, he naturally sat on the other side of the Sanzheng chess formation. Sit opposite Zhang Li. Boom. When the two chess players had already sat down, suddenly, billions of terrifying lights instantly enveloped the entire area. Space changes and the rules repeat themselves. Suddenly, everyone is already on the chessboard. On the chessboard, there seems to be thousands of armies and two armies facing each other. Is this a chess field? We are involved in a chess field, how is this possible? Jinlan Zhenjun took a breath of air. The chess field, this involves the Emperor's way. Once we enter the chess field, our life and death do not belong to ourselves, but to the chess player. Jinfeng Shenjun also looked horrified. Others were even more shocked. Are there two chess players in the sky? Some people even raised their eyes and saw the scene in the sky of the chess domain. They were two extremely terrifying figures, so huge that they covered everything, one was black and the other was white. That is the projection of the chess player in the chess field, it is the god of the chess field. Dominate everything in the chess field. Great sage Qian Tian, we shouldn't have entered. Tianhaowen of the celestial clan was also anxious at this moment, shouting upwards. However, their voices are destined not to spread outside the chess territory at this moment. How can chess pieces affect chess players? At this moment, on the other side of the chess field, Wu Dade and others were also shocked. He took a look and saw that the 4 members of the G family and himself were all involved. Only the big black dog doesn't. Damn, what's going on? He was a little confused too. And at this moment, in the main hall, Zhongli and Qian Tian were already wandering in their thoughts. They seemed to have forgotten everything about the outside world, and only the Sans Hung chess game remained in their eyes. The two will play chess and evolve their own understanding of the Sans Hung chess formation based on the remaining formations on the chessboard. Countless ancient clans outside the main hall, as well as Wu Dade and others in the main hall, have disappeared. Only a big black dog was left, sitting aside indifferently. Suddenly, Qian Tian raised his hand and dropped a piece. Kuriko. When the black piece fell, Zhongli also raised his hand and dropped the white piece. That's this moment. Within the chess domain. Boom. Like stars falling. On the crisscrossing black and white lines, the 2 armies that were originally facing each other instantly began to encircle and suppress each other. The terrifying Qi machine keeps coming out. Some of the ancient powerful men who were closer were blasted into blood mist at this moment. Screaming again and again. No. We can't be sucked into the formation. Even the Saint Lord level's face changed drastically now and he hurriedly ran away. However, the next moment, another star-like chess piece fell. Some people who escaped ran into the 2 armies who were strangulating. Instantly turned into ashes. No. There is no safe place in this chess domain, we can't escape. Xuanhuan was anxious at this moment. But nothing can be done. Master Wu, what should we do? At this moment, Ji Tinpan also asked Wu Dade nervously. Wu Dade raised his eyes, glanced at the sky, gritted his teeth and said. What can be done? Lie. Whatever, my senior brother will not lose, we can't die. After saying that, he actually lay down. Ji Tinpan and others were all stunned. Isn't this too ambitious? Holy Lord! Ji Changming looked at Ji Tinpan anxiously. Ji Tinpan thought for a moment, gritted his teeth and said, lie down. The pieces keep falling. Thousands of troops from both sides were fighting. Several times, the flames of war even burned around Wu Dade and others. However, Wu Dade refused to move even to death. It has always been fine. On the contrary, many powerful ancient men who were running around like headless flies were involved in the killing array many times and turned into ashes. Don't run away. Xuanhuan gritted his teeth and said, staying where you are, you can only wait and see your fate. If you run around, you may really die. Hearing this, the other holy kings also nodded and gathered together. In the main hall, Zhongli and Qian Tian kept making moves. Everything is only in my heart. Qian Tian stared at the chessboard and murmured, I have deduced it thousands of times. No matter who comes to play the final game of Sans Hung, it is impossible to beat me. Both sides have made 300 moves. Zhongli's body was covered in sweat, but he didn't even notice it. Qian Tian's eyebrows were trembling. The 2 of them were surrounded by inexplicable energy. That's a killing pattern that reflects each other. Once the chess game is decided, life and death will appear between them. The chess game has reached its final moments. White chess and black chess, from the beginning of the Sans Hung chess game, have evolved into 2 intertwined dragons. You actually pushed me to this point, you actually pushed me to this step. Great sage Qian Tian murmured. Suddenly, he raised his hand and said. I am the sky, the chessboard is the earth, I am the reborn human being, and the 3-life chess formation is my driving force, 500 human races, lead the 5 elements, and kill them together. Instantly, within the chess field. A thought spread into the minds of everyone in the celestial race. That's an order from the great sage Xuanhuan. 500 human races are divided into 5 elements. The last killer move of great sage Xuanhuan's chess game is about to be made. Quick, 500 human geniuses, as long as you pass this level, you will be our disciples of the celestial race. Xuanhuan also shouted and suddenly looked at the 500 human geniuses they brought. In an instant, these people all landed on different chess positions according to the instructions of the great sage Xuanhuan. No. Holy Lord, there is someone missing. At this time, suddenly one of the group of people spoke up and said, "We only have 99 here." Hearing this, Xuanhuan was stunned. Tian Ziming also looked over hastily. Missing, Xuanhuan. Tianziming was immediately stunned. He was too impressed by that guy Xuanhuan, because the guy wanted to escape midway. Damn, take all precautions, or let that guy run away. It's over, it's over. This is how to do. Tian Ziming looked at Xuanhuan. Xuanhuan gritted his teeth and said, "You go." Tian Ziming said, "But I am not a human race." Xuanhuan's face was gloomy. He was unwilling to admit that the celestial race and the human race had the same blood, because this was a great shame and humiliation. But there was nothing he could do at this moment, so he could only say in a deep voice, "The effect is the same." Tianzi was very reluctant, but he had no choice but to bite the bullet and take the position that originally belonged to Xuanhuan. And at this moment, by an empty pool. It's over, there are chess formations everywhere. Lao Ao, am afraid I will be trapped and die here. Xuanhuan looked miserable, because although he escaped the bad luck ahead, he could not escape from the chess formations scattered throughout the swamp. Don't dare to take a single step. He couldn't help but feel sad, looked up to the sky and shed tears, and said, "Celestial race, you bunch of beasts, why did you bring me here? You tricked me. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert." Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 349. The chess formation suddenly changed. When the 500 people were listed according to the 5 elements, in an instant, the black chess camp seemed to have merged into one. It's like the finishing touch, like a tiger giving birth to wings. The great sage Xuanhuan's killing chess formation is now complete. 3 life chess formation, the birth of heaven, the birth of earth, the birth of human beings, the 3 talents of heaven, earth, and human beings make you invincible. In the main hall, great sage Xuanhuan shouted loudly. A chess piece fell suddenly. The murderous aura is surging, and the aura is so high that this great killing formation can kill the great sage. This is the result of hundreds of thousands of years of thinking by the great sage Xuanhuan. At this moment, his eyes were filled with a look of madness. "Shizi, if I give you time, I'm afraid I will really be suppressed by you, but unfortunately, you have no chance to grow. How can you stop this big chess move that I have made over hundreds of thousands of years of thinking?" He laughed ferociously. While playing chess, he had already felt that Zhang Li's chess talent was very likely to be stronger than his own. But before he came, he had been thinking about the Sanzheng chess formation for hundreds of thousands of years. Every change, every chess formation, every murderous intention. He has deduced it all. Calculating with intention and without intention, in a hurry, even if Zhang Li is extremely talented, how can he defeat his hundreds of thousands of years of hard work? Invincible. At this moment, Zhang Li suddenly closed his eyes. The killing array is already coming. He can even feel every murderous intention and every danger in the opponent's killing formation. Like an ambush from all sides. It is almost a fusion of Tao, the Tao of heaven, the Tao of earth, the Tao of humanity. Man is born from heaven and earth live from man. Suddenly, Li Fan's words flashed through Zhang Li's mind again. People. Born from heaven and earth. Heaven and earth live because of people. At this moment, Zhang Li suddenly raised his hand. In the chess field, Wu Date and the other 5 people suddenly landed on different chess positions. It is also arranged in 5 rows. Since heaven and earth gave birth to human beings, they were never used as quarrels or chess pieces. Using the common people as a chess piece, although you can dominate the world, it will not last long after all. Everyone is no one's chess piece, heaven and earth live because of people. At this moment, Zhang Li's countless chess formations suddenly disappeared. His own dominant projection in the chess field disappeared instantly. All the power was suddenly applied to Wu Date, Ji Tinpan, and the other 5 people. At this moment, Zhang Li abandoned heaven and earth. And give everything to others. We are no longer controlled by the chess domain. Ji Tinpan's expression was suddenly shocked. At this moment, they clearly felt that, they seemed to have gained endless power. I understand, senior brother, leave it to me. Wu Date also let out a long roar, and in an instant, thousands of divine lights radiated from his body. I'm waiting, I'm the master. Kill. He carried the power of 10,000 chess skills and took the initiative to attack Qian Tiankai Sage's formation. Ji Tinpan and others followed closely behind. At this moment, the entire chess field was boiling because of the 5 of them. In the chess field, everything is a chess piece. But now, Zhang Li has given the 5 people godlike powers. At this moment, the 5 elements were in full swing, the chess field roared, and Wan Dao, Wu Date, and 5 other people sang in harmony. This is the embodiment of chess skills. Zhang Li's move reached the upper limit of what the chess field can bear. The chess field is beginning to collapse. Countless divine lights were suddenly applied to their bodies. Every time the 5 people raised their hands or made a move, they seemed to be blessed by eternal power. No. Why can they move and have such power? Help. I don't want to die. Those humans who followed the celestial race and were willing to become pawns were trembling. Because they feel as if they are facing gods. The 5 people charged in, like 5 gods of war, shattering everything. The chess array exploded. Countless human geniuses have died. No. I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Tianzi's destiny trembled, and he eagerly wanted to escape, but from the moment he took the position, he was already a chess piece and could not control himself at all. I don't deserve to die, it's Ao Wushuan who deserves to die, no. I don't want to die. God's destiny shouted. However, the overwhelming aura fell suddenly. The chess formation of the great sage Qian Tian was shattered, and the destiny of heaven was directly turned into ashes. The formation is broken. Crazy qi swept across the entire chess field. The strong men of the ancient tribe are wailing, and death is happening constantly. Run away. The Jinlan sage and others trembled, and they hurriedly shouted, leading the geniuses in the clan to take advantage of the collapse of the chess field to escape. And at this moment, in the temple, on top of the stone turtle, the chess game has been decided. Suddenly, 5 people, including Wu Date and Ji Tinpan, reappeared in the hall. And many saints and saints from ancient tribes also appeared staggeringly. However, most of the tens of thousands of Saint clan troops died. Less than 100 people escaped. The losses were extremely heavy. What happened? Tianhuan's face turned pale, and he looked towards the chess game in the temple. Under the gaze of everyone, the great sage Qian Tian was trembling all over. No. His face turned miserable, and he suddenly spat out a mouthful of blood. Puff. How could it be like this? How could my chess formation be broken? The eyes of great sage Qian Tian were filled with unwillingness and despair. That was his hundreds of thousands of years of hard work. The 3 realms of heaven, earth, and man merged into one, clearly invincible. Opposite him, Zhang Li slowly opened his eyes at this moment. You lose. People are indeed chess pieces, but people can also defy nature. As the chess saying goes, man can defeat heaven. Being aloof and treating people as chess pieces cannot touch the true meaning of chess. The ultimate goal of chess is not to play with the common people and make fun of all spirits, but to fight against the heaven and the earth and establish a destiny for the common people. At this moment, Zhang Li's aura suddenly changed. He broke directly into the Yasha realm from the Saiyao realm. Mighty. He has become a chess master. In the temple, countless chess rules are roaring. Seeing this, the remaining people of all races were shocked. Great sage Qian Tian, actually lost to a young man. How is this possible? He is the queen of chess and the invincible great sage. What is the origin of this young man? When they spoke, there seemed to be vibrato in their words. I lost, no. I won't lose. Qian Tian Chess Saint's old eyes suddenly filled with resentment and hatred. I want to burn the holy blood of chess, tear apart the long river of chess cause and effect, go back through the years, borrow an opportunity from my clan's Kinkan chess emperor, and ask for a killing formation, to destroy all chess inheritance related to you. He burned his chess essence and blood, and at the same time, he suddenly turned around and grabbed Jin Kantian. Your blood contains the brand of the Emperor's Dao, please help me too. He suddenly drained all Jin Kantian's blood and burned it. Jin Kantian died on the spot. Capture the sky. When Yang Xiao saw this, she was filled with grief and anger, and rushed towards the great sage Qian Tian with all her strength. Court death. The great sage Qian Tian spoke ferociously, and suddenly struck down Yang Xiao with a palm, killing her on the spot. All dead. Qian Tian. Our clan will fight you until death. Seeing this scene, Holy Lord Jinlan, Holy Lord Jinfeng and others were so jealous that they wanted to burst into tears. This is a great feud. However, at this moment, the great sage Qian Tian was completely crazy. He was laughing ferociously, and the fire of life was burning fiercely. The long river of cause and effect regarding chess is boiling at this moment. This is a great taboo technique. Looking back on all the history of chess, borrowing magic power from the past strong chess players, ask for the killing array, and kill the enemies of the world. This is a forbidden technique, it will disturb the past, present and future related to chess in this world. The price will be his life. In an instant, the long river of time and space flowed backwards, and countless fragments of time reappeared. Finally, in a certain period of time, a shadow suddenly walked out. It was a holy emperor. He came with his hands behind his back, and every step he took seemed to be filled with the power of terrifying chess skills. The vertical and horizontal lines burst out like the sun behind him. Like a god. In today's world, someone actually evolved a real Sansheng chess formation, which surprised me, but it is not my descendant. The figure murmured. Forget it, if you want to kill my last descendant, I will make you, and all the chess inheritance related to you, extinct. He raised his hand, and in an instant, a terrifying holy emperor-level chess formation rolled out of the river, trying to kill Zhang Li. This chess emperor's killing formation, spanning the long river of time, is about to come, and its power is terrifying. Zhang Li's expression changed slightly. Because this is a great sage who, at the cost of burning his life, asked a past chess emperor to kill him. Even though Zhang Li's chess talent is incredible, he is still far from being able to compete with the holy emperor of chess. Dead dog, move your claws. When Wu Dade saw this scene, he immediately became anxious. However, the big black dog was very calm and said, "What's the hurry? Burn the chess essence and blood to awaken the long river of time. In the long river of time, there is not only one chess holy emperor." Hearing this, Wu Dade was stunned for a moment. What does this mean? Could it be said that the other party will disturb the master? He was immediately looking forward to it. But, the next moment, as soon as the big black dog finished speaking, strange fluctuations came from the other side of time and space and the other side of the year. Black and white interweave, light and darkness blend, immortals and demons coexist. Another shadow walked out of the long river of time and space. He came with his hands behind his back, looking majestic and heroic. Behind him was a forbidden ocean filled with all kinds of soaring chi, which was absolutely terrifying. He emerged from the ominous and strange. His eyes are like stars, one black and one white. In an instant, the stars and rivers in the sky seemed to tremble because of him. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 350. This is a chess holy emperor. Black and white intersect, yin and yang blend. He came with his hands behind his back and scanned everything in front of him. When he saw Zhang Li, a strange color suddenly flashed in his black and white eyes. Has the supreme existence that once given me the opportunity appeared in this life? He whispered, murmured. Zhang Li and Wu Dade were also shocked at this moment. Because this strong man came out from the other side of time. He is the emperor of black and white. In the immortal era, there is no saint in the world. Facing the enemy on the other side of the forbidden sea, black and white hold up the sky with one force. He rushed towards the future, contaminated with ominous circumstances, but from Li Fan's hands, he borrowed a lifetime opportunity and the foundation of the holy path. The emperor of black and white. Zhang Li murmured and said. Borrowing the opportunity and the foundation of the holy way, so, he has proven to be the holy emperor in the course of time. At this moment, his heart was racing. I didn't expect that as time goes by, there will still be people who can prove themselves emperor through chess. Are you the person behind this son? At this time, the Qincan chess emperor invited by Jiantian chess sage from the past time spoke indifferently. However, the black and white holy emperor smiled slightly and said. I'm not. Perhaps you should be glad that it is me you see today. If you really see the senior behind him, your name and everything related to you will completely disappear from the ages. When he mentioned that senior, his eyes were filled with an unparalleled look of reverence. However, the Qincan chess emperor looked at the black and white saint emperor indifferently and said coldly. I am an invincible chess player in my life, unprecedented. If anyone comes from now on, I will kill you. At this moment, the endless aura of chess was overwhelming, sweeping toward the black and white holy emperor. Wherever his chess formation went, it seemed as if the heaven and earth were roaring, the avenues were flowing, and faintly, people were wailing, and creatures were crying out. 3 lives universe killing formation. The 3 lives universe killing formation that our ancestor emperor once understood is an ancient secret. At this moment, the great sage Qiantian, whose life was almost burned out, showed a fiery and crazy light in his eyes. In the past, Qincan chess emperor had to take a look at the chess formation carried on the stone turtle. From it, he realized his own 3 lives chess formation, the 3 lives universe killing formation. It was precisely because of this chess formation that he became emperor with his chess skills. The 3 lives universe killing formation is so famous that in ancient times, it could kill emperors. The black and white holy emperor shook his head and said. In heaven and on earth, throughout the ages, in the time and space where our predecessors existed, who dares to claim to be invincible? He raised his hand. In an instant, the long river of chess roared. The black and white chess formations were like stars in the sky, yin and yang reversed, life and death changed. But, at this moment, in the space and time behind the black and white holy emperor, shocking waves and terrifying energy came out, as if there was a supreme being taking action against the black and white holy emperor. In your time and space, You face unparalleled enemies. And, many. Seeing this scene, the Qinqin Chess Emperor was suddenly shocked. As a Saint Emperor, he could feel that in addition to facing his 3 lives Qinqin killing formation, the Black and White Saint Emperor also had many big enemies in the space where Black and White himself was. Enemy. So, you still dare to step into the long river of time and space? You are seeking death. He shouted loudly, and the terrifying chess energy came towards his face. However, the Black and White Holy Emperor said calmly. Even if I suppress Yang Hui with one hand, I can still kill you with one hand. All the Taoist figures roared. Boom. The terrifying chess power of the 2 chess saint emperors collided with each other. The eternal river of cause and effect is burning, and the years are boiling. At this moment, the long river of time presented in front of everyone was suddenly annihilated and incomplete. Even the figures of the 2 chess emperors could no longer be seen. This is a showdown at the Saint Emperor level. The 2 holy emperors belong to the same age of chess, so their battle at this moment is not reflected in reality. But inside and outside the hall, countless ancient clan strongmen felt a fatal pressure. How is this possible? After the Qinqin Chess Emperor, there are still people who have proven themselves to be the Holy Emperor. In all the records of the Holy Path era, there has never been. Unthinkable. Saints and sage kings from the Celestial Clan, Green Scale Clan, Golden Winged Dapen Clan and other tribes all knelt on the ground, trembling and sweating like rain. Boom. The long river of time reappears. It was just a moment, but at this moment, everyone felt as if it had spanned tens of millions of years. At this moment, the long river of time has become peaceful, and the battle has come to an end. Which chess emperor won? The Qinqin Chess Emperor is invincible, the Qinqin Chess Emperor is invincible. Qinqin Chess Emperor is the ancient chess emperor, and no one who comes after him can challenge his existence. Xuanhuan and others were all extremely nervous. If the chess emperor who was related to Zhongli won, then they would be doomed. Slowly, under the gaze of everyone, in the long river of time, a figure slowly appeared. Standing with his hands behind his back, the black and white chess pieces set off him like stars in the sky. The Black and White Holy Emperor. His expression was so indifferent. Looking at Zhongli across time and space, he suddenly smiled. Holy Emperor, are you still okay? Zhongli looked at the Black and White Holy Emperor. Lost in the strangeness, persevered in the ominousness, because of you, I got a moment of clarity. The Black and White Holy Emperor spoke. The long river of time and space disappeared quickly, and his figure began to gradually fade. In that space and time, other terrifying existences were constantly taking action. The Black and White Saint Emperor could not stay in time and space for long. The disaster has arrived. The Black and White Holy Emperor murmured, and then, his figure disappeared. Time passes and it never appears again. All cause and effect have disappeared. At this moment, everyone in the field was still in shock. The long river of time reappears, and the 2 chess emperors duel. Qinqin Chess Emperor actually lost. Moreover, the last 4 words of the Black and White Holy Emperor. The disaster has arrived. A terrifying secret is involved. Great Sage Qian Tian. At this time, Xuanhuan suddenly exclaimed. Because Qian Tian Chess Saint didn't know when he had completely turned into a stone statue. Moreover, there are cracks all over the stone statue at this moment. Bang! Turned into countless pieces of powder. Seeing this, all the saint clans trembled. Qinqin Chess Emperor lost, and everything related to him was wiped out. Great Sage Qian Tian, completely destroyed. How could this be so? Everyone is trembling. Boom! And at this moment, the entire temple suddenly collapsed. Let's go. Everyone hurriedly exited the hall. The earth split open, and in the area where the temple was originally located, another small world appeared, shrouded in divine light, and filled with millions of chess moves. Everyone looked around and saw a statue of a god standing in the center of that area. The statue is vaguely a man sitting cross-legged, like the Lord of Nine Heavens, heroic and mighty. Just by looking at it, everyone felt that this statue was like the sun that could not be looked directly at, making his eyes sting. And lying on top of the statue, a turtle. This turtle is exactly the same as the stone turtle that carried the Xuanhuan chess formation in the temple before. The endless divine light actually emanates from its turtle shell. At this moment, the turtle raised his head, glanced at everyone, and suddenly became excited, and actually uttered words. "I'm starving to death, come on, the Xuanhuan chess formation has been broken again. Get some soil." As it spoke, it raised its tortoise claws and patted the statue's head. Suddenly, the statue felt something. In the palm of the statue's hand, a light suddenly flashed, and a small pile of three-color soil appeared. The moment the soil appeared, the entire swamp was filled with an unparalleled temple energy. As this kind of energy spreads, even sage-level figures such as Xuanhuan feel their pores dilate. "Sanchengtu!" Xuanhuan screams. In an instant, everyone was excited and their eyes were extremely eager. On the other side, Zhang Li's eyes moved. He took out the crystal piece. At this moment, the crystal piece was glowing. Rare animals. He was quite happy. The big black dog, on the other hand, stared at the statue and suddenly said, "Where did this earthly stuff come from?" Now. A sea filled with taboo aura. The waves surged into the sky, and the void trembled. A floating island, moving with the ocean currents. At this moment, in the sky, countless pairs of terrifying eyes flashed, and terrifying attacks were launched towards the floating island. My patience has been exhausted. It's time for this underworld to be completely destroyed. A cold voice sounded. But on the floating island below, there are countless terrifying Othello lines that burst out and turn into stars in the sky, resisting. How long can one person be? A cold voice comes out. At the same time, on the boundless vast sea, there are countless terrifying chi machines crossing the sea. These inexplicable existences are approaching quickly. Looking from a distance, there is a huge island in front of it, like a continent floating on the sea. That land is black. Demonic realm. And on the coastline of that continent, a majestic great wall was actually built. Above the great wall, the magic flag floats. No. The enemy from the forbidden sea is coming, Yang trouble is coming. Suddenly, the demon cultivators guarding this place were shocked. Send the news quickly, disaster is coming, disaster is coming. The sound of panic echoed across this black land. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 351. Xuanhuan Days Zhong. The temple collapsed and the scene surprised everyone. A turtle lies on top of a terrifying statue of a god. Moreover, in the hands of the statue, 3 life soils actually appeared. The 3 birth soils contain supreme opportunities, and if you get them, you can attain enlightenment. The Xuanhuan sage and others all had blazing eyes at this moment. The supreme material of our clan's emperor meet, the key to the rebirth of the ancestor emperor. Xuanhuan was even more excited. Even Zhang Li and others were staring at the turtle and the statue. However, the turtle slowly climbed from the top of the statue's head to the hands of the statue, opened its mouth and began to eat the dirt. Turtle eats dirt. Seeing this, everyone was surprised. Then, that is Sanchengtu, how can you let it eat it? Jinlan Zhenjun and others were all anxious. Shut up. Xuanhuan shouted hurriedly. However, the man didn't lift his head, and simply finished the 3-color soil in the palm of the statue in 3 or 2 mouthfuls. After eating, the turtle raised his head, let out a sigh of relief, and said, "Hundreds of thousands of years have passed, and I almost starved to death. On the other side, Jinlan Zhenjun and others are all going crazy at this moment. You damn turtle, you actually ate Sanchengtu, and you spit it out. The golden blue saint stepped forward and suddenly grabbed the turtle. His saint-level cultivation was all released, which was very terrifying. After all, the 3 lives Earth is too important, it contains the opportunity to become the Holy Emperor, and it must not be wasted by a turtle. Kill this turtle, disembowel it, and take out the Sanchengtu. Jinfeng Shenjun also took action immediately. Take it out of the turtle's stomach before it's digested, and it'll probably still be useful. The other saints from the Green Scale tribe and the Golden Holy Sheep tribe are not willing to wait and are also taking action. Even if you only get one piece of a divine item like Sanchengtu, it will be a great opportunity. However, the turtle just raised its head, and there was a hint of disdain in its eyes. It suddenly stood up, as upright as a human. Then, it clenched its paws into a fist and punched forward. Boom! With this punch, countless spaces turned into black holes. Horrible! No! How can you be so strong? A group of saints, etc. all shouted. They were like kites with broken strings, and the leaves were blown up by the strong wind and flew out directly. Bang bang bang! Jinlan, Jinfeng Shenjun, and others were all hit hard from the air to the ground, vomiting blood from their mouths and turning pale. Beyond the Holy King, or the Great Sage. The golden blue saint trembled. No. How can a turtle have such power? Could it be the legendary turtle? Jinfeng Shenjun didn't know what he thought of, and his eyes were horrified. At this moment, Xuanhuan of the Celestial clan also took a breath of cold air. Eating strange soils in the world, possessing supreme power, and claiming to be immortal. This is, Xuanhuan, the only mythical beast Xuanhuan. He murmured, his eyes filled with shock. The celestial race has been searching for the 3 living Earths for countless years, so they have far more secrets than the outside world. It turns out that the 3 living Earths are obtained from this idol, and the Xuanhuan divine beast is the key to getting the 3 living Earths from the statue. The Xuanhuan divine beast must not be lost. It must be brought back to the clan. As long as the statue and the divine beast are taken away together, Sanchengtu will be just around the corner. A light suddenly flashed in Tianhaowen's eyes. He suddenly stepped forward, took out a box, and said, Xuanhuan divine beast, this is the godless oil collected by our clan, please enjoy it. In order to cast emperor flesh for the ancestor emperor, their clan has long collected all kinds of rare earths in the world, but none of them are as good as the 3 life earths. However, these precious lands are also the greatest treasures in the world. Some were even dug out from the Holy Emperor's tomb, and their value is immeasurable. When the turtle heard this, there seemed to be a hint of interest in the turtle's eyes. He raised his hand and the box floated directly from Tianhaowen's hand. The box fell in front of the turtle. The turtle pawed, and the box opened. It is covered with colorful soil, and every grain is like a pearl and gem, extremely bright. Xuanhuan divine beast, there are many such sacred lands in our clan. As long as you bring the statues back with us, you can use them as much as you like. Tianhaowen spoke with a fiery face. However, there was a trace of disgust in Wogui's eyes. It knocked over the soil with one paw. They are all the things from the underworld, and they are used to deceive me. Disdain. Seeing this, Tianhaowen and others were immediately stunned. That is a godless land. There is only one thing in the world, second only to the 3 living earths. Any grain taken to the outside world will cause competition, and the celestial race spent countless efforts to find it. However, now I feed it to the tortoise, but the tortoise doesn't even look at it. Tianhaowen suddenly became angry. If you don't eat the toast, you will be punished with alcohol. He suddenly stepped forward and said angrily, even if you are a divine beast, there are still beings in this world that you cannot afford to offend. Today, you either die on the spot and suffer the pain of caesarean section, or you return with me to your clan, become my clan's captive spiritual pet, and create soil for our clan." As he spoke, a silver decree suddenly appeared in his hand. The decree of the ancestor of the celestial race. This time, Sanchengtu was of great importance, so the clan spared no resources and gave him another decree. As soon as the decree came out, a terrifying energy suddenly spread out. A faint figure appeared from the decree. The ancestor of the celestial race. The emperor's power spreads across the sky, and the void trembles. Emperor Ancestor, the Xuanhuan divine beast has appeared and swallowed the earth of 3 lives. Please surrender this beast. Xuanhuan spoke respectfully to the shadow on the sky. The Xuanhuan that only exists in myths and legends, now that it has appeared in this world, it should be my mount. The silhouette of the ancestor of the celestial race looked indifferently at the turtle below, and suddenly moved his big hand to grab the turtle. This is a Saint Emperor level blow. When the turtle saw this, he moved very quickly and hid directly behind the statue in a flash. The attack from the celestial clan ancestor emperor was about to hit the statue. However, at this moment, some kind of wonderful energy suddenly emanated from the statue. "Those who rebel against God will die." A voice sounded like it came from the soul. Boom! With the powerful blow from the ancestor of the celestial race, at this moment, it was like sinking into a black hole and disappearing directly. And above the sky, the shadow of the ancestor of the celestial race suddenly became extremely panicked. "No! Yang disaster!" The ancestor of the celestial race spoke in panic. The next moment, the energy machine came with a roar. The shadow of the ancestor of the celestial race was instantly eliminated. The decree of the ancestor of the celestial race is like a dead leaf, falling from the sky. Seeing this scene, Xuanhuan and others were stunned and trembled. "That statue, what does it mean?" Yang Hui, before the shadow of the ancestor emperor was destroyed, Yang Hui was mentioned. Xuanhuan stared at the statue. "That statue is related to Yang disaster. It's over. What kind of existence did the celestial race provoke this time?" Everyone else in the field was lying on the ground, trembling. They all understood, what was hidden in San's days was not a great opportunity, but great horror. Damn it!